Yo, top of the morning to you, wealth champions. What it do, what it do, what it do. Y'all know what it is, man. Today we're talking about productivity hacks, man. How to kill procrastination with the law of efficiency, man. We've all got things that must get done, and there's a lot of things that could get done, should get done, that's distracting us from some of the main things. So, answer these three questions and you'll kill procrastination and get more done. So, let's get into it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the Daily Hustle. And for those of you who are new to the Daily Hustle, it's all about uplifting, encouraging, motivating, and helping you get your day started off to a good start. My name is H Cortez. I'm your host, the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite followpreneur from wealthcreationplaybook.com. And within the Daily Hustle, we have various series, right? And we kind of study a book for a couple weeks, and we are in what's called our time management series, and we're studying the book Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. It is 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less time. So, how do you use the law of efficiency to get more done? Before we get into that, I just want to recap. We didn't get to go over the focus on key results area. This is one that we did on in our own study and reading, but there's a couple things that jumped out because we were talking about the power of concentration, right? Being able to focus on and bring all of your attention to a single place, a central focus. But question becomes, what do we focus on? Well, you've got to understand the power of focusing on key results area. When every physical and mental resource is focused, one's power to solve a problem multiplies tremendously, right? So I'm going to give you, I think it's about 6 of these key focus areas. Now, for me, I'm an entrepreneur, but I want y'all to think about these things actually are things that create results in life in general, not just in business and running an organization, right? So it says, for example, key results areas of management are planning, organizing, staffing, delegating, supervising, measuring, and reporting. These are the areas in which a manager must get results to succeed in his or her area of responsibility. Now, I want you to think about this from a family standpoint. I want you to think about this from a general life standpoint. When it comes to your life, your family, when it comes to your organization, your business, these same things are equally as important. And this is how results are measured, right? Planning, your ability to plan, organizing, your ability to organize your life. That's why we're going through this time management series, right? Staffing, right? How do you solicit the help of others, right? In business, staffing is leveraging employees. Well, in your personal life, in your family life, you're going to need to solicit the help of other family members, other friends, other people in your community to have a life of substance, right? So, who you bring into your circle is important. So, you're going to have to basically staff your life, right? Delegating, yes, delegating certain tasks to the children as they grow up to become responsible adults. If you do everything for your kids, you're going to cripple them, right? Delegating things to family members. Maybe your parents help you out with the kids, and spouses have to delegate things to one another, right? This stuff is not just for business. This is for life. Supervising, right? All of these things are results, key result indicators. So you can look at how you do these things. Measuring and reporting. What Cortez, how does measuring and reporting help you in your life? If you've been following along, then we've been working off lists, checklist, to-do list, monthly list, yearly list, setting goals. Well, that is your ability to measure and track if you're on pace to hit those various goals. You've got goals and things that you set out for your children, goals and things that you set out for those who you are delegating to, who you are soliciting to help you, right? And then you got to be able to report those things accurately to all of those who are involved, right? This is not just about business and management. These things you should be focused on in your life in general, right? So your weakest key result area sets the height at which you can use all your other skills and abilities. And we've heard it said that, we talk about you're only strong as your weakest link. So this basically says that whatever your weakest link is, it's going to only allow you to get to a certain level with all of your other skills, right? So to think about that. If you are not good in one of these areas, it actually holds you back. And even though you might be great at supervising, you might be great at reporting, you might be great at delegating, if you are weak at staffing, for instance, then you're only going to be able to get so far and be able to use your strengths, because you got to be good and be able to get results in all of these areas, right? So everybody has both strengths and weaknesses. Refuse to rationalize, justify, or defend your weak areas. You got to be honest with yourself. As young folks say, you got to keep it 100, right, with yourself. Because if you don't, what tends to happen is when we are not good in an area, we avoid that area, right? And when you avoid the area of your weakness, it remains a weakness, right? So address it head on. What one skill, if I developed and did it in an excellent fashion, would have the greatest positive impact on my career, my business, my family? It's one question that you got to ask yourself, man. Kyle Courtney says, "Are you really live?" Yes, I am really live, Kyle. This is didn't get any liver than this, man. Every morning, 5:15 a.m., we are live with the Daily Hustle. I appreciate that, Kyle. Thank you for tuning in as well on YouTube. So what are the 3 questions that you need to ask? So first of all, what is the law of force efficiency? Concentration in its truest, unadulterated form means the ability to focus the mind on one single solitary thing. The law of force efficiency says there is never enough time to do everything, but there is always enough time to do the most important thing. Now, this was good for me, man, because your boy suffers from what they call scatterbrain, man. I'm a little sometimes all over the place. That's why this unit, this is good for me, because learning to work from a list, you guys can't see this, but I've got a whiteboard here right now, and it's got my monthly list on it, and it's got my weekly list on it. Now I got to learn how to break that thing down into a daily list, but I'm excited about being more productive, right? And here's why this means so much to me, because this was an epiphany for me. It says there will never be enough time to do everything you have to do. What this means is you will never be caught up. I want y'all to hear that, man, because some of us are putting a lot of pressure on ourselves to catch up on everything. You will never be caught up. Get that thought out of your mind. All you can hope for is to be on top of your most important responsibilities. The others will just have to wait. Man, you talk about a relief. And just studying this thing is like, no, this is what everybody is going through. There's no such thing as ever being caught up. And sometimes those of us who are trying to do that are basically driving ourselves crazy, trying to make sure that we're caught up on everything, and you're never going to be caught up. So what are the three questions that you must answer if you're going to be uber productive, right? The first question is, what are my highest value activities? Put another way, what are the biggest frogs that you have to eat to make the greatest contribution to your organization, to your family, or to your life? This is one of the most important questions you can ask and answer, right? See, if we know that we will never have enough time to do everything, but there's always enough time to do the most important thing, we have to get good at being able to identify the most important thing, right? So ask yourself and answer this question: what are my highest value activities? Meaning, what are the activities that when I do these things, going back to the 80-20 rule, right? The 20% of the things that you do that's going to get you the 80% of your results. And you need to learn how to focus your time, energy, and efforts there. Question number two. I think that's a good question number. All right, the second question is, what can I and only I do that, if done well, will make a real difference? And this is key because we all have those things that we do, but not just that we do, but only we do, right? So there's certain things that I do within our family structure and in our family confine that only I can do, right? And if I do those things well, it actually sets everybody else up in the family to have success. In my business, there's some things that only I can do in my business. And if I do those things well, it will set everybody else up to be effective, and we all are more successful, right? What is that one thing that only I do that, if done well, can make a difference? So you need to focus on those things, because a lot of times there's things that only we can do, and we don't do those things, and we actually create a bottleneck in productivity that's slowing everybody else down. This question comes from Peter Drucker, the management guru. It is one of the best of all questions for achieving personal effectiveness. What can you and only you do, if done well, can make a real difference? This refers to something that only you can do. If you don't do it, it won't be done by someone else. But if you do it and do it well, it can make a difference to your life and your career. So you got to identify that thing, man. What's the thing that you do? Only you can do it. If you don't do it, ain't nobody else gonna do it, right? So that is critically important. And last but not least, number three, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? Right now, right this very second, what is the most valuable use of your time? Now, some of you guys might be preparing for work. Some of you guys might be getting off work and getting prepared to go to bed so that you can get your rest for the day. What is the most valuable use of your time right now? This is one that I'm going to start asking myself all throughout the day as I'm working through my checklist. What is the most valuable use of my time right now? And that's going to help you become more productive, because sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, man, your boy, uh, I get to doing all kind of stuff. I share with you guys a story that this book is a few years old. So one of the things that I was doing, and I said I was working in my business. I don't know if y'all can see that. I can't get it clear, but there's a little name of one of my companies on the edge of my book. And one day I said, I'm going to go to work in my business. So, you know, the work that I did in my business, I pulled all my books off the bookshelf and I put my company name on the spine of all of our books. How is that going to bring me some revenue, right? How is that working in my business? But that's some of the activities that we do in the name of, you know, basically running from the main things that we need to do in our productivity. Kyle, I will respond in a few minutes outside of this. So this is not kind of the form for the question and and answer deal. You can ask this question on some of my other videos, and that's what we'll do there. But do me a huge favor though, if you like today's Daily Hustle, if you like this series at all, man, make sure you hit the subscribe button on the channel. If you're checking this out on YouTube, check this out on Facebook. Make sure you like the page first, then like the video, and then leave me a comment, man. What is your answer to one of those three questions, right? What is the best use of your time right now? Our first question is, our second question was what is the one thing that you can do that only you can do, that if you don't do it, it won't get done, but if you do it well, it's going to set everybody else up. And then what is your highest value activities? So great questions to ask yourself to become more productive. Also, if you need help in your finances, then I want you to go to wealthcreationplaybook.com, download our free checklist. It goes over the 6 money killers that keeps most people broke and the one solution that helps you overcome all 6 at the same time. Again, that's wealthcreationplaybook.com. So that's it for today's Daily Hustle. Until I talk to you guys tomorrow, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.